Welcome back to the episode of Vass React. Yes, that battle is back. You see it here first. You see it here live. Now, how I used to do my death battle, people that used to been watching me since the beginning, I give a pick at the beginning. We listen to the stats, and I give a pick at the end of the stats. But I know most about both of the characters, but I don't know how I'm going to do this video because I don't want it to get taken down or copyrighted, of how it go. But y'all can skip. I'm gonna leave like a timestamp, you can skip to the fight and shit. But we gonna watch the whole video because that battle back, bro. I'm so glad they back.
This battle is sponsored by Manscaped.
This is Omni Man versus Bardock. Now, beginning of the video, I got my money on Bardock. He a planet buster, but Omni Man is an alien. But Bardock, I got my money on Bardock.
Omni-Man versus Bardock, the ostracized Viltrumite and the doomed Saiyan. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a death battle.
Omni-Man, Earth's once greatest hero. Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats.
And he fucked them up.
And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong.
Yep.
Hey, Omni-Man.
Mollywopped.
How Omni-Man? Who Omni-Man? Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade, with his murderous rampage only brought to a halt thanks to his own son. It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia. Through brutal mortal combat. With a K! Or, wait, no, that came later. Viltrumites are among the most powerful beings in the universe.
2,000 years old, the Viltrumite.
The weaker members of their species. As a vanguard of the Viltrumite Empire, Omni-Man...
Damn, he's 6'2" and he 250? I know that.
Infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson, expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation. Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas. He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the planet Thraxa in under 1 week.
The editing on this video is crazy.
Away, give or take, so a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away.
Okay.
Reaching it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light. Oh, and Viltrumites can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's face in.
He beat the shit out of Mark.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
He beat the shit out of Mark and produced one of the greatest memes ever.
You're missing out, but according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours. That's over 20 billion times faster than light. You don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age. According to the Invincible Handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out. Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born. Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible. Yeah, like surviving your intestines.
Oh yeah.
Ripped out, or even more scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once. Ugh, only a Viltrumite could pull off something that disturbing. Nolan is incredibly tough, but if he faces superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered invincible.
Title card.
Weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him. Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star. Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet so big it has a whole ring around it. The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger. And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead...
Wait, hold on. I'm going to pause this real fast. I got to make sure Okay, I had to make sure we was in business, you feel me? Cause my shit be cutting out. But
Bodies
we
because,
gonna go back to it.
spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't doing it for you, this planet also supports 5 moons in its orbit, and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers, or 370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or it was before, you know, kablam.
Now, Omni-Man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitched frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it, fatherhood. Thanks
Yup.
to his son Mark,
Cut into
Nolan
it.
began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new job.
I mean, he
and
tried,
a new kid with his new wife.
but it didn't
Who
work
was a
out.
bug. The bug lady, he banged a bug.
Why, Omni-Man? How, Omni-Man?
Hey, everyone deals with parenting stress in their own way. When Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince. If you
This
catch my
music in the
drift.
background is
Nolan
crazy.
Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, Omni-Man.
This game.
That editing for that video
You're not
went
ready for it.
nuts. That editing went crazy, bro. It went crazy. Alright, let's
In the
see.
far reaches
I
of
feel like
the
this fight
cosmos
might be
lay
long.
a world with a people like no other.
Okay, we
Born
got
and
Dragon
raised
Ball.
to do just one thing: fight.
The Saiyans, a proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by,
King Vegeta.
Vegeta. Wow, narcissist much.
Exactly. Their pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
Bardock.
Bardock. He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Right?
I know, look just alike.
Well,
So what does that
What?
make Turles?
who?
Bardock was a cold-blooded killer.
His adopted
ruthlessly
son.
conquering planets in service to the Saiyans' true overseer, Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they
Frieza.
wiped out every living thing, leaving
Okay, Bardock is 5'10". Didn't know. And he's 192? Didn't know. Damn.
Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations to draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Guinea, and had 2 sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a ruthless warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his? It's stained with the blood of his fallen friends. Hardcore.
Bardock could fly, move faster than light, and was naturally adept in using his ki as an explosive weapon.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands. True to his brutal screw you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a ki-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. The guy has no chill. He will run you over, break your spine, light you on fire, and then move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Guinea, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Monkey!
Under the light of a full moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once.
With the flick of
At
his
about this
wrist.
time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over!
Oh shit. See, if this video come out today, y'all ready for Sparking Zero? It comes out in a couple days. This video will be out today.
8,000. Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense given far weaker characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
All this speed and power meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal, they went, cheerio!
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found 2 survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity, but Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the 2, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyan's future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died. Or
Sadly.
did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually, he was pulled away by these 2 who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah, 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 non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed
So
the Saiyans because he
beautiful.
feared the possibility
It's so
of the Super
beautiful.
Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own. But perhaps Bardock's transformation was more than simply a what-if.
That
He
shit
had begun
clean.
to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
That shit was beautiful, cuz. That was some beautiful shit. That was literally beautiful. Let's dive on in. We got Omni Man, Bardock. I got Bardock. Just as a Dragon Ball fan, not trying to be biased. I mean, power scaling. I don't know what they might use, canon, non-canon stuff, but I got Bardock. I definitely got Bardock. So let's go.
Hey, shout out to everyone who believed in us during our recent crowdfunding.
And joining you in that support
Oh
is
yeah,
the
Death Battle
first
is
ever
back, y'all.
sponsor for
Death
an
Battle is
independent Death Battle
back.
episode, Manscaped.
Manscaped's newest masterpiece is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
Wait, that said who?
Forged
Hold up.
Gold.
Oh, who that say? Who that say?
Newest masterpiece is
Wait,
big
no,
shout out to
it was
everyone
some-
who believed in us during our recent crowdfunding.
And joining you in that support is the first ever
Kratos versus Asura?
sponsor for an independent death metal episode.
Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. Oh, they doing a rematch.
Manscaped.
Manscaped's newest masterpiece
Excuse
is the
me, 'cause that
Lawnmower
first one was
5.0
bullshit.
Ultra
We
in
know it.
Forged gold.
Ben should have won, but that first match they did was some bullshit.
Talk about a fancy name.
This special edition trimmer is the perfect tool for the golden era of hair grooming, where precision.
Yo, if
luxury,
you gotta
and
shave
performance
your
meet.
man
There's limited
down
quantities
below,
available,
that's
so you need to
cool.
pick. The combatants
trying to get
are
to the video.
set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle.
Father versus father. Oh, Fortnite Omni Man. Oh my god.
Love games, but hate the grind?
Dad
With
versus
Wemon, You
dad.
can be invincible.
A loving dad versus
unimaginably wealthy.
a terrible dad. That's how clean this look, y'all.
Great.
This looks beautiful.
Another gross bug planet.
Omni Man came out the gate swinging.
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer. Don't underestimate me.
They said fuck the talk and they just started swinging. Okay.
Just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for. My son would kick his ass.
I mean, he not wrong.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
What, grade 8 already?
You see the real power of a Saiyan.
Grade 8 already?
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Omni Man putting them hands on Bardock. I'm not even gonna stunt. I think Bardock didn't even put a dent on Omni Man yet. Oh, Bardock can't survive in space. Oh, yes he can. Yes he can. Yes he can. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
I won't let you take me from my
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Your time is up! Saiyan!
Fucking goosebump. Gulan! Gulan!
Saiyan. Remember it.
You fucking ain't no way, bro. That's not over. That's not over. That's not over. No, that's not over. Hell, that's not over.
Fuck.
No, it's not over. That's
Okay, these
crazy.
Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much
Look, here they go with this bullshit ass stat shit.
faster, given his power
talk
level
no.
with Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan, and
What?
it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed
Right.
advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar. Until
Right.
you factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light
Wow.
to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite, and the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons,
That's hella
24
zeros.
zeros.
which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the
What?
Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that
What?
difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing. It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last 2 categories, experience and stamina.
Yep, Omni-Man's been
Oh
around
yeah, Omni-Man is over 2,000 years old. I forgot about that.
a lot longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years. And
Yeah.
even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Bardock's crazy speed and power made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance
That's
presented an
crazy.
unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the bar. Duck.
The winner is Omni-Man.
That's wild. Alright, what's the next one? Persona. Journal.
Subscribe and join as a member to see
So
more
Journal versus Persona. I don't know much about Persona. I never played the games. This is going to be good. This is going to be a blast to watch. But I'm putting my money on Journal, Go and Requiem. So, but that was great. That was great. Oh, my mic. That was great. That was literally great. I like that. I like that. That battle is back, y'all. I hope they continue to succeed. This battle took me by surprise. I had my money on I said I wanted Omni-Man at the beginning, but you know, Bardock by Dragon Ball Power Scaling. I thought he was gonna win, but it took me by surprise. But yeah, this is Vass Reacts. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Peace.